I know that we're getting ready for the weekend, and hopefully most of your stuff is packed up. We're going to have a little discussion today about something very, very exciting. The Arlington ISD School Board has decided to allow you a way to use technology at school. Some of you might have a phone that can get on the internet. Maybe you have a Kindle Fire or a Nook or some other kind of tablet that you won or that your parents bought for you or that was a gift. Maybe you have a laptop at home. Maybe you don't have any technology at your house. All of these things they've thought about. So what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about how this technology plan is going to work. So teachers, I want you to get out an iPad, and I have a website that I want you to go to so that you can ask questions. And there it is on the screen. It's www.todaysmeet.com/Sherrod, BYOT. And boys and girls, BYOT stands for Bring Your Own Technology. So that's coming. Ms. Phelps, let's go ahead and leave that website up there so people can get on it. And we want you to use this because this is going to be a way that you can ask questions as we go. So I've got my iPad here, and I'll be able to see the questions that you have, and so we can talk to each other. If there are things that you're not sure you understand, this is a way that we can talk. So this is a really cool way that some of our high school students are going to be asking questions of their teachers by getting onto a group site, and they can have a conversation on the internet. All right, so todaysmeet.com/Sherrod, BYOT. All right, our strategic plan that we have talks about why this is important. So we want this school district to be a high-performing, technology-rich school district. And what that means is that we're going to do our very best at all times, and that we want technology to be really, really important. Boys and girls, if you can believe this, when your teachers were growing up, they didn't have technology. They didn't have computers. They didn't have cell phones. And some of them didn't have the internet until they were adults. Can you imagine what the world would be like without the internet? How different this place would be? We couldn't order pizza online. We couldn't use our phone to call each other. It would be a different world. So technology has helped to make things better in many ways. And we know that as you grow up and when you decide to go to college, the internet and the technological advances that we have are going to be a really important part of your future. So we want to make sure you have a chance to use that in a responsible way here at school. There are some really good advantages of this, and we're going to talk about a few of those. The Bring Your Own Technology is going to support the goal of our district as a whole, not just Sherrod, but of Nichols, of Lamar, of all the schools in the school district. And we're going to have an opportunity to do some really cool, exciting things that maybe we can't do right now. It's also going to give you lots of opportunities to use technology in class. And as you already know, many of you are already masters at how to use a smartphone or how to use an iPad. So you're going to be able to teach us some things too. So I'm going to start my timer, and we are going to take 2 minutes to think about something. So teachers, help us lead through this question. We'll take 2 minutes. If you could bring an electronic device to school, how would that help you in your schoolwork? So teachers, I want you to go ahead and think about that and guide your students in a discussion for about 2 minutes. So go ahead and begin. Okay, teachers, take about 30 more minutes, 30 more seconds to finish that discussion. Ten more seconds. Finish up your final thought. All right, teachers, this is a good opportunity for you to go ahead and post some of those ideas onto our Today's Meet website. I can see here that Ms. Scott's class is really excited about what's happening and that there are some good ideas. I see that if we don't know a word, you could look it up on the internet. Ms. Ben's class had that idea. And that Ms. Bug's class says we could use YouTube to look up things that are educational. And you know what? There's a lot of things out there that could be really helpful for us. Ooh, I like this. Googling answers, searching for videos, and using a calculator. Some great ideas going on. Ms. Farley's class says it would improve our schoolwork by showing different examples, words we don't know, and as resources for all of our subjects. So there's some great ideas out there. Keep them coming. All right, we want to keep talking about this and think about really good ways that we can use it. We're going to learn a new word. The word is leveraging. And when we leverage, bring your own technology, we're making it work for us. So leveraging means how can I use it for myself? So leveraging, bringing your own technology, we can consume information. And consuming means I can go to the internet and get things that I need. I can use it. So I can read documents that I have on my laptop or my iPad. I can find books maybe on a Kindle Fire. I can go onto YouTube or even Khan Academy, which I know a lot of you have seen, and I can go look at some tutorials. I can access textbooks. I can do lots of different things. We can also interact with the curriculum. So remember, the curriculum is what we're learning. So we can go and use whiteboard apps to practice doing problems. We can take notes and save them in files. And we can scan QR codes. Now you might say, Mr. Varnell, I don't know what a QR code is. It's a little black and white square that sometimes we can take a picture of and it'll take it to a special website. You might have seen them on Pokemon cards or on Skylanders if you're into that. So those are some cool ways that we could use that. We can also take pictures, label them. There's a lot of things we can do. We can also use our devices, whether that's our phones that our parents gave us or our iPads. We can use it to go onto websites so that we can respond to questions by the teacher. We can take polls. We can fill out quizzes online. We can learn from each other by using things like TeacherTube. Mr. Varnell, you mean we're going to use Twitter at school? Believe it or not, we're talking about starting a Twitter account for Sherrod Elementary. A lot of schools already have one. So if you're already on Twitter, then you're already ahead. If you're not, then remember, parents got to give you permission before that's an option. So another way that we can leverage our technology is by using it as an organization tool. We can use it to check our grades online. We can use it to keep a calendar. We can use it to create messages to remind ourselves we need to do something. So maybe instead of writing down your homework, you want to record onto your phone or onto your laptop. You want to record your homework instead. We can also use it to create things. Some of you have used PowerPoint before, or you used Microsoft Word, or maybe even you've used some online programs like Animoto or Blurb. All of these are some really good places where you can do some cool things with technology. All right, so now the important part, because we know that there are some really exciting pieces to this, but there are some important guidelines that we want to make sure we follow.